Hello and welcome back, everyone. Today is January the 24th. This is episode 3. I'm your boy Lumenaddy, and let's get right into it. Okay, so the charts show us from yesterday. We had, just to recap yesterday, we had predicted that there would be an upswing in price with resistance at 5,000 Satoshis. So let's hover down here. Let's expand this and let's see what happened. So yesterday we were right over here when we made our vid, and we said that we can expect the price to go up and to hover around 5,000. Now I don't think I expected the price to do it all in this one candle. I expected this price action to actually split up in two, but it seems to me that the statement I had made about buy the hype, sell the news, and I was saying that there doesn't seem to be any price action to kind of justify that is happening in this case with the stellar roadmap to be released tomorrow. Well, this kind of makes me think that maybe people are buying the hype, that they are getting in early, trying to get in good positions for the release. However, though, I would say that it's not too big for me to justify that we need to sell the news tomorrow, because I think the stellar roadmap is going to reveal a lot of important things that are going to give the investors confidence in its not only in its value but also in its price continuing to trend on up. So for that reason, I think that the still the slogan of buy the news and sell buy the hype and sell the news doesn't apply in this case, and I expect our next candle to also spike up. But let's just kind of recap what happened in the last 24 hours. And if we go in the hour candle, right? So we were over here. I remember making my vid probably around, it's like late in the evening. So we were around this candle right here. We were around here, 4,500, saying, hey, you know what? There's a chance that this could spike up and then have resistance at 5,000. And so what happened? We see that we did have the movement overnight. Um, and it did actually break. It had initial resistance, not for just for a couple hours, and then broke right through. And you had this nice long wick forming, showing a reversal in trend, or at least consolidation. And this is on the hourly chart, mind you. And then we fell back down, and now we're just hugging the 5,000 Satoshi um, resistance line. And why is that a resistance line? Because when we go back to the Fibonacci retracement that we drew, the big major one that we drew, we noticed that's at the 50%. So that's a pretty strong level to be aware about. And this is on the weekly chart. We can see that this long candle wick forming right now, currently under the 50% level. However, still very positive, showing an upward trend continuation, a bull run continuation, which is very good and very exciting. So, what can we expect between now and so let's go to the daily candle, because I always like to use the daily to kind of keep everything in perspective. What can we expect with this next daily candle? Well, I believe, I always look at my stochastic RSI as well, along with my price action, because this will always tell me overbought and oversold conditions. Now, we are having consolidation, but in an overall picture, it is a bull run, right? It's a consolidation in a bull run, right? It in an upward trend, right? So the thing with using stochastic RSI, it's really good for entry points when you have identified a trend. Like we've identified this is an upward trend, and in my previous videos, I explained why I believe the trend is still continuing on, and it will continue being an upward trend from this consolidation. So therefore, anytime you have the stochastic RSI reaching the levels that I've set. Usually they set levels at 80 and 20, but I go further beyond that. But they'd all be good entry points for buys when the levels touch the bottom over here, which is like, for example, this level right here would have been a good entry point right there. This level right here is a good entry point right here. And um, and in terms for sell, also it's able to show you when to have good sell points as well. So that's why, currently we are in a state where I still think there's room for us to go up. Obviously, I do think that 6,000 is fair game satoshis. 6,000 satoshis is fair game in the next week. Maybe even in this one candle, it might spike right up there and come back down. Who knows? Um, I do feel though, generally speaking, before a big candle, you usually get a little bit of a pullback to, like, if we look back here before this big candle, you had this long wick in the bottom and a little bit of, bulls and bears kind of trying to dueling it out, but overall bulls won with price, moving the price up still a little bit. So I generally expect that. So similarly, I think we're going to have a little bit of a spike down. Now, where is that going to go down to? Maybe over here, because if you look to your left, there seems to be a good resistance level, support level, sorry, over here, a previous resistance level, a good support level at 48.51. So maybe that's a good entry point, 48.51. Um, and, from anywhere from 48.51 to 5,000 would be good entry points right now to get in. And where do you want to exit, right? Well, that's a good question. So let's go down to, let's look at our hourlies. Let's see where we are with our hourly charts. Now, if this drops down to, I think we said 48, I believe, right? So I think that over here, right? If it drops down here, if the stochastic RSI hits, close to zero, between 5 and 0, in this area right here, I think that'd be a good buy. And I'd probably get out of it. Probably use the 15 would probably tell me more when to get out. Let's see. Gosh, this could shoot up, huh? It really depends on when you want to take, do you like how much of a profit you want? Do you want 1,000 satoshis? Do you want 500? Maybe you could go in 25, 250. Every 250 you can take profits. That wouldn't be so bad. It really depends on your um, long-term and short-term goals. Personally, I think there's a lot of benefit in holding all the way to the maximum um, um, high point in a run and then taking the full profit rather than taking profits along the way. That's just my way of trading. But to each their own. I think that how you would discern when we've reached a high, look for a long wick. Like similar over here from yesterday in the evening when we went from 4,500 all the way up to 5,300, right? You had this long wick forming, which kind of tells us, okay, we might have reached a temporary pause in the bull run. And, again, it was confirmed over here as well. So you could technically wait for a confirmation before um, stopping your trade and then collecting again low. But generally, I like it whenever you have a high wick with a corresponding stochastic RSI touching anywhere above 95 and above, or 90 and above. That kind of gives me reassurance that we might have a downtrend occurring. So, even if it's temporary, because this is only on the 15-minute chart. So that's what I think we should expect. So let's go back. So right now, currently on the daily, just to recap, I believe that we will see this drop to at least maybe about 48. Is that what I said earlier? Yeah, 48.59, probably around there, and then see us go up. How high? Man, I really think that we might hit 6,000 satoshis. We might blow right by it. I'm not sure. I'm gonna hold on. I don't think there's any point in me trying to take profits in this area right here. I'd rather hit this, get a profit, and come back down. But other interesting levels to be aware about in between 5,000 and 6,000, and that comes up when we're looking at where we expect the overall price to end up from this bull run. And if you look at yesterday's video, I had mentioned where I think this next leg, which we've already started in my mind, um, since we broke out here, let me go back to the daily just to show you the breakout. Right here, so from the breakout here, I believe this next run is going to take us to 98.72, right? Satoshis. So where along that way will we see resistance and coming down? We already have the major resistance lines from the initial Fibonacci retracement that I drew. But you also have, if you look at these orange resistance lines here from the current run, you also have a resistance line over at 47.85, which is now probably a support. So it's now probably, this can be a good location to see if the price comes here, tests here, and comes back up, then this is your new support. But earlier in yesterday's video, we had talked about this expected movement in price all the way up to 99.68. Well, if you draw a retracement from the 38% to the expected height of the run, then you'll see new levels popping up here. And I know this is a retracement, so generally you'd be expecting price to retrace from top bottom and using it for that. But I also use it when we're approaching the destination of the final destination of the run, because to me, if the price starts obeying these levels on the way to where I expect the price to get to, that's confirmation to me that this is the new expected target. And then you'll notice when it comes back, also it respects the levels. So currently, it has already respected the 76% level. Again, this is a future retracement curve that I've drawn. This is in the future. This isn't in the present. But you can see that it's respecting this retracement level, right? The price has already respected that. So I expect it to continue to respect that on the way up. So 53.61 will be one resistance level. I expect when it breaks from that, it'll go right to 62.41 or 62.27. Or just 6,000, anywhere in that range, and come back down. And if it wants to blow past that, I think it'll go to 69.53 and come back down. So these will be all key levels to look for. I'm probably going to try to hope that it gets here to 69.53. Look for a long wick. Look for a stochastic RSI to also be high and touching above. And then just collect that and then wait for consolidation before I buy back in. Because I think that's what the whales will be doing too. So that's all I got for today. I hope y'all liked it. Let's see. I appreciate the subscribers that have come through. I see y'all. I know we're just getting started, so hang in there. We'll get more. Spread the word. Fill everyone in. Like I said, also give feedback. Y'all comment and tell me if you notice something that you wanted to mention about these charts. Go ahead, chime in. Let's get a little bit of a community going. Shout outs to Reddit because they have an excellent stellar community on there. It's well moderated and it's really awesome. If you want more information, do check out the official stellar group on Reddit. And quickly, just wanted to just kind of end off on this one little tidbit. If you go to CoinMarketCap and you can go to historical data for Stellar, and you zoom down, you'll see that volume's been dipping, right? It's been dipping, right? And it's been hovering around 207 million, right? And currently the volume though is 671 million. So where did we last see such a huge change in volume? Here. See, on December 31st we were at 183, right? We were having a dip. We're pretty low in volume, right? We had a little bit of high there, right? Then it dipped back down, and then boom, we just had high volumes in trading. And where did the price get up to? Got up to 89 cents, when as high as 92 cents. Almost 93 cents. So I think these 3 days are probably what we're going to be expecting coming up in terms of volume, which will give us an indication of price also moving in that direction. We will catch up again tomorrow. This is exciting times, y'all. I definitely think this is better than having your money in the savings account. This is not financial advice. This is just me speculating on graphs and prices. All right, enjoy. We will catch up tomorrow. Lumenaddy out. Peace.